In this old building behind me, the world's most renowned miniature painting competition, the Monte San Savino Miniature Show, is 5 minutes away from deciding who's the winner of this year's edition.
Bronze medal, gold medal.
But before you get to see that, let's head back to the beginning of this entire journey. I'm gonna be cooked. It actually looks like garbage. It's so massive. Oh my god.
Lucas, since you're coaching me, I think that you should also do something for Monte.
That does sound quite reasonable. And last year I managed to get a bronze, and I really would like to aim for like a gold or silver this year. So you might be right. But you can set up your stuff, and I'll get back when I have a solid-ass plan.
Several song-filled hours later.
I've been thinking about what André said, and I think I might have come up with a brilliant idea. One of the most fun projects I've ever made was when I made a hidden jungle treasure for a local painting competition. So my idea now is to make this like Egyptian priestess standing over a forgotten hidden treasure cave and just commanding, maybe like cursing the treasure. And for this I really want to make like a billion gazillion gold coins and paint them all in gold NMM. And luckily for me, a while back, the guys over at Hera Models, they actually sent me their Wahaya, the Dark Queen Mini from their 75mm range. So I'm thinking I can use that one and maybe just resculpt her a little bit to fit the scene even better. The only problem is I'm gonna have to find a way to sculpt like 1 million gold coins. But I think I'm gonna leave that for now and maybe get that started once I've painted a bit more on Wahaya herself. So let's leave that in the back and get some paint on Wahaya. I'm missing 2 extremely vital parts of the Mini. I need to find them, because if I'm missing the shoulder plates, I have to either like sculpt a shit ton of hair or sculpt shoulder pads or something, because you can't not have them. Oh my god. Starting off with the most important area of this Mini, painting the skin tones. And instead of using the normal skin recipe as I usually do, for this one I'm using burnt red, Japanese uniform, parasite brown and sunny skin tone, making a bit more of a warm and olive tone to the skin as opposed to a traditional Caucasian skin tone. Moving on to all of the gold details, I'm painting the same way as I'm always doing with gold NMM. Beginning with Parasite Brown and working my way up with Ice Yellow. Then to get a bit more saturation in the gold, I gently glaze some Sun Yellow and some Hot Orange over the highlights and in the shadows. Okay, peoply peepers, I think I've managed to come to a really nice point with the painting of the skin of Wahaya, which means that I should probably start thinking a little bit about the gold coins for the base. And I really think I have like this vague memory of when I did it before. I used like round plastic card and I cut out every...
Lucas, what the fuck are you talking about? I can do it in 3D for you. Are you really gonna sit through like 1.5 weeks of cutting plastic?
I mean, if you could do it in 3D and then we just ask them the printers to print it. This is such a good plan. I don't have to do anything.
Okay, so let's open up Blender and let's begin by deleting the default cube so we can add a new one. Now that we can actually start working, let's start by roughly sketching out the shape of the base. I'm gonna use Blender's geometry nodes to do this because I'm lazy and I don't want to sculpt. And then I do the same for the rocks. Start generating some coins, adding some pillars, the railing, and a shit ton of more coins. Then we just export it and send it off to the 3D printers. So I just finished a 3D print yesterday and we got it back from the printers and I don't think Lucas is gonna be happy. Lucas!
Yes?
We got it back.
No,
I'm sorry.
I don't have time for failed prints. But the gold coins look really good. Maybe we can ask them to like make it a bit hollow and then it should survive the print.
Yeah, maybe.
The base has finally survived, and now to really make this feel like flush to the plinth and make it look like it's emerging through the plinth, let's cut off some of it and sculpt some more rocks and just really make it flush. I think it's gonna look really sick. It's plinth time, motherfuckers.
Bra träningsverk.
I have found a massive problem yet again. We accidentally printed the base in a too small of a scale. I know this might sound weird because it's so massive. Wahaya doesn't even fit on the base. So I think I'm just gonna have to cut off the railing, cut off the pillars in the back. But this was not what I was hoping for now when we have like a couple of days left before we go. Maybe I should just not finish this project.
Would you stop your guns if I had you on my side? Come and see.
Working my way through the base, adding more and more epoxy sculpt, smoothing everything out. Making the most perfect rocks and rock texture you've ever seen. Nej! Cold close. Then adding a sheet of black plastic card and incorporating this into the base to make the sickest backdrop ever.
What's going on, Lucas?
We are currently on Saturday, which means that I only have a couple of days left, and I finally have a fully dry and cured base that I can start painting. I really think I need to get this one pretty much done, either today or tomorrow, to have a fighting chance. Because otherwise, I'm gonna be cooked. So let's prime this bad boy, watch some Formula 1, and then paint it.
Lucas, you and I are blessed to have probably the most creative audience on the internet. Which means that there's a lot of people out there that run side hustles, small businesses.
And for some weird reason, they all think that it's enough to just post their stuff on social media.
Unfortunately, the longer time goes, it becomes less and less viable to just have a social media account. You need to have your own website.
And you want that website to look stunning.
Stunning and awesome, and thanks to Squarespace, it's never been easier. Okay, so the first thing is, it is completely free to try to build your own website. You just head to squarespace.com. And when you get there, you're gonna see that they have dozens of award-winning templates to work from.
And when you've selected the template for you, thanks to Squarespace combining their over 2 decades of design intelligence with brand new artificial intelligence software, you get Squarespace's brand new design intelligence, which will literally hold your hand and guide you through the entire process.
So your website will look like it's been done by like a professional company, but you did it at home in like 30-40 minutes. It's pretty much just drag and drop, and you can have a web store, you can have a gallery, you can book clients. Pretty much everything is in the system already. It's made for small businesses and creative people, first of all. That's you guys.
So what are you waiting for, people? Go there, try to build your own website simply by heading over to squarespace.com, and when you're ready to launch, go over to squarespace.com/Squidmar, enter the code Squidmar, you get 10% off the entire purchase of a website and a domain.
What are you waiting for? It's time to finally make that side hustle into your full-time job.
And it's finally time to start painting the massive fucking base. I'm thinking I'm gonna use a lot of airbrush and a lot of bigger brushes to get a nice foundation. But the gold coins, they are haunting me. I don't know if I'm gonna make this. 4 days to go, motherfuckers. And we're winning gold. Okay, peoply peepers, it's time to paint the base. Starting off with priming the entire freaking thing with dark rust. Moving on to those sexy, sexy rocks. Mixing in a bit of parasite brown and sunny skin tone to the dark rust and working our magic. Of course, also some airbrushing with the inkings. This project just keeps on giving. It's giving headaches. First of all, she's too big for the base still, so I will have to cut off her dress in the back. That could potentially fuck everything over. But then also, the white I've painted just looks like utter garbage. I'm not exaggerating this, it actually looks like garbage. I'm thinking of repainting the skirt and painting it black instead, because I think it will frame everything better. And then it's still the fucking coins that André did such a good job sculpting, and I'm now regretting. If you don't enjoy this video or fucking give it a like, I will haunt you in your dreams. Peace out. This might actually be the first time in history on the Squidmar channel that you see me begin by dry brushing the gold NMM. But trust me, I most definitely believe I had a plan at that moment in time. Once the dry brush is all done, it's time to bring out the regular paintbrush. Starting off by applying some highlights using Parasite Brown, then working our way up to Sun Yellow as every time we're doing gold NMM. And when painting these gold coins, I'm adding a lot of hot orange into the mix. This is because I imagine that this cave is lit with torch lights, meaning that a lot of the orange from the flame will reflect in the gold. People, I have painted all of the gold coins. I've painted all of the vases that André added to the base without my permission. And I have repainted her skirt. I'm not feeling like painting more on her right now, so I'm thinking on painting the backdrop of the motherfucking back of the plinth. Because that's a big area that's still black. So let's do that. I have pretty much finished the mini. There are some small details and fuck-ups here and there that I need to fix, but I think I can do that when I've glued the mini to the base. So I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do now. I'll just glue it to the base and start sculpting the sand, so I perhaps can paint on that later today. Also, turns out it wasn't that much of a problem cutting the end of the skirt. I simply just brought out my hobby tool and did it. And then it's all a matter of using a metric shitload of super glue to attach Wahaya to the base. Then adding some spackle to the base to create the best looking sand texture you've seen this far north from the South Pole. And during the final day, it was all about the finishing touches, making sure the sand looks greater than great, adding a nice sexy pigment wash to the skirt. Once again, bringing out the airbrush and using some inks, we shade everything to tie everything together really nicely, using skin ink and violet ink. This project has been such a up and down journey. It turns out, when you set yourself up for not having a lot of time, it gets less and less fun. Actually looks like garbage for every time you pick up the paintbrush. I'm not happy with the result when I can't give it like 100%. And I feel like I'm maybe not living up to you guys, because then it's like I give you a half-assed result. But I think that this entire journey has taught me that I should just do the things that I'm excited about doing and give myself the time to actually be able to do it. I'm really happy for André though. I feel like he did a good job. I coached him and hopefully he can get like a silver or something. That would be awesome. But for me, I have low expectations. And when we finally arrived to Monte, we met up with all of our amazing friends, enjoyed looking at great looking minis, ate really great food, and talked some shit until the late hours of night. And I mean, people, if you're not inspired by all of these amazing entries in Monte, I don't know, you must be stupid or something, because this is what the hobby is all about.
You know it's time for the award ceremony when I'm wearing the Guinness shirt.
Fantasy Master. Bronze medal. Francesco Olivieri. Silver medal. Nil Torrero. Lucas Armstrong.
I fucking did it, people! I won a freaking silver! I'm so fucking excited. Do you guys know how hard it is to go up there with the likes of fucking Tiboram and fucking... and other amazing painters? I'm incredibly happy. It looked a little bit dreadful there for a moment, but now I'm happy in my heart. And that's all that matters. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel. That really helps a ton. And also a massive thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this awesome video. And also our amazing Patreons. Without you guys, we literally couldn't do any of this, especially these top donors. You guys are the best. My entire heart is with you guys. So with that said, have a great day.